I remember growing up where I would get free lunches and then the other kids would have to pay for it. And then I was really sad whenever they forgot to pay for it. And so they would have to eat like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh. So it was like the saddest thing to like, see these kids like kind of watch us eat what we're eating and they're eating something else.
You know what's sad though?
What?
When I was a kid, like that was kind of the case where it was like if you got free lunch, you'd get teased.
Yeah,
like,
that was like, the case too, though.
You got the free lunch. Your family's poor.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like, I mean, because a lot of the kids, I feel like they were a little bit mean. I mean, kids are so mean still.
No, for me, it got to the point where like I would save up money. Like I would find change so I could just buy it.
Really?
Yeah, I would just because I got sick of the kids like talking, and I remember it was kind of funny too because you mentioned the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I remember there was this time where, like my dad he made sushi for us for lunch. I brought it in, and granted, like I'm the only like one of the only Asian kids at the school. I start eating my sushi, and then kids are like, "Ew, what's that black stuff? Gross! What are you eating?" And I remember this kid, these two kids actually. His name was Mark and Bobby, and they're like the heroes. They're like, aww. "Oh, I'll trade. I want to try. I'll trade you my peanut butter and jelly for your sushi." So I traded sushi for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh my gosh, was it like one of your dad's like futomakis?
Yeah,
futomakis.
So it's like a roll, and so
like a vegetarian roll.
We're in first grade, by the way. So these are some first graders eating some sushi, and then I'm eating this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now looking back, I see that was a really bad trade.
I mean, as a kid, I feel like it's okay.
As a kid, I was like, "Thank you guys for trading me," because now it's kind of normalized a little bit. But now looking back, I'm like, y'all ripped me off. Oh.
So this kind of just made me think of a random like time growing up. We went to, I think it was Gold Rush or something, and ever since I was little, I've always thought my mom's food, I mean to this day, the truth is that my mom's food is the best food on this planet.
Oh, it is.
But she cooks amazing meals, and I think I was in 4th grade when you do Gold Rush in California.
What is that?
The Gold Rush where you go to camp out at where they used to do the gold mining trips, and then
a field trip.
A field trip.
Oh,
sorry, okay. A field trip. That's the word.
I thought you were going to like some type of gold rush thing.
No, we were on a field trip, and it was like the big trip of the year where you camp out for one night and then you go gold panning the next day. And so the camping part of it, some parents were making beef stew, and I saw the recipe, and then the teacher was asking, like, this was so back then, I don't even think they can do that anymore, but the teacher was asking like, "Hey, any parents, or do your parents want to volunteer to cook?" And da-da-da-da-da. And so I remember asking my mom, I said, "Mom, you make this dish." So this dish that my mom makes is called bak kha.
Yeah.
Which is the Vietnamese beef stew. But I was like, "Mom, do you want to make it? Because yours is really good." And this is what they're asking. And it was like, thinking about it now, it's pretty sad. She was like, "No, it's not going to be good." I was like, "What are you talking about? Your food's amazing." And she was like, "No, our food is going to be too weird for them." I was like, "What?" Like, this didn't make any sense to me. I was like, "What do you mean our food? Like, what's wrong with our food?" But she was referencing like the Asian flavors of like fish sauce and like how we make it, how we prepare it, how the flavors are different. And I was just like so caught off guard because I was like, I don't understand like at all. But now think about it, I'm like, okay, now that I'm older, I see what my mom was talking about, where people are like, "Ew, why does your food smell?" Like, times I do not microwave my food in the office because I'm like, I don't really want to offend somebody's nostrils with my fish sauce right now. But
I used to think like that, but now I actually do want to offend people.
Yeah, but it makes me feel bad because I get nauseated by certain smells. Like I don't get nauseated by food too much. I get nauseated by like perfumes and stuff like that. So I feel bad if somebody get nauseated by my food, then I'm just like I'm a jerk too, you know. So I
But you know
microwave
what?
it outside.
That dish, baka,
Uh-huh.
I don't see it being like anything crazy.
It's not. It's literally beef stew and there's beef in it. She puts like cornstarch so it thickens
Yeah.
it. There's potatoes, there's carrots. It's pretty much the exact same thing
If
as
you imagine like your traditional beef stew, but like way better.
Yeah. So I think when I went to the camp and then we ate it and I ate whose ever it was. I don't know whose mom made it. I don't know. But it was not that good. It was like
What style was it? Like
it was pretty much the same thing, but it was just bland. It was not. It just didn't have a lot of flavor to me. I was just like, I don't really know.
Little Becky Tran's mom just doesn't make baka as good as your mom.
I don't think it was a Vietnamese person. I doubt it.
I thought you said it's the same.
Like beef stew. I mean, at the time when I was growing up, I remember I haven't had like non-Vietnamese beef stew in a long time. But from what I remember, beef stew is pretty much baka, isn't it?
Oh, I grew up vegetarian, so I don't know. I don't think I've ever had beef stew besides baka.
This does not help.
Sorry, I don't know. What's the name?
Beef stew.
Little Gretchen Smith's mom.
Sure.
Okay.
Gretchen Smith's
mom.
Mom. I said Smoth. I don't know what that is.
Well,
it wasn't as good as my mama's.
I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be.
Nope. See, my mom cooks in this way where she cooks like in advance and she starts prepping in advance for like several days. And so I don't know the process. I remember calling her one day, asking her how to make curry. And you were there and I pick up the phone and it was like, I'm speaking in Vietnamese. So Vince has no idea what's going on. But
Wait, let me tell you.
Okay.
I just hear that this and this was also like this her Lynn's dad was he was like sick. So then like this is like a serious conversation. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's wrong? Is something wrong? And
wait, I think the part of it was Vince, let me get your phone. Was like the initiation
so I thought something was like
conversation.
I thought there was something seriously wrong. And then I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What happened? He's like, oh, my mom was just giving me her curry recipe.
But I was like, I pick up the phone and it was during an intense time because my dad was like in and out of the hospital a little bit during that time. So we were worried about his health. But then like at that point, I knew that he was fine. And Vince, I guess I didn't update him that dad was fine that day. And so my mom calls and I'm just like, and I'm talking to her, and sometimes like we have this relationship where I joke around with my parents a lot, where I talk in a like funny manner, and Vince doesn't understand, and he can't like pick up the cues because we're speaking in Vietnamese. But then
I only understand when you giggle or laugh.
Oh, I was not giggling or laughing.
Sometimes there's a lot of yelling, and so I don't know.
I think I just said to her, I said, Mom, how do you make your curry? You always tell me it's easy, but it's not easy because you do it, and I've never seen you do it. And I cook with growing up, I lived in the kitchen with my mom. So I cooked a lot with her. I mean, I didn't cook with her, but I helped her prepare a lot. So I was always present. But like curry, for some reason, these dishes that take long, like curry, baka, all of her soups and stuff that take long, I didn't watch her make a lot because it would take a lot of time.
You're just the little sous chef?
I was a sous chef.
You're just like cutting the onions for it?
Yeah, even though I hate cutting onions.
Oh.
Maybe that's why I hate cutting onions. Because I always had a
You're a cute little onion cutter.
No, I think, but I think I just said to her, like, how do you make it? Da, 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 da. You always like cook and you don't tell me. Like, I'm just joking with her, but Vince can't pick that up. And then she's like, okay, let me tell you. And I'm like, Vince. And I just gesture to him like, and mouth out to him, give me your phone. And so he doesn't understand the context of what's going on. So he's just like, and I could see the concerned look on his face as I'm seriously like writing things down, and I'm like, and all he hears me saying is and then what else? But in Vietnamese, and then what else? Okay, yeah. So this is all I need, but he can't understand that everything's okay. As soon as I hang up, he's like, everything okay? Is your dad okay? And I'm like, yeah. I was just mom was just showing me how to make curry.